breaking news for you.
The warm weather comes.
I hit the street.
Earning a triple crown of 3 golden medals.
Can you get me a gym time?
And now let's take a look at our COVID dashboard.
For NDTV, I'm Abby Urban.
Good morning, Notre Dame. Welcome to ND Sunrise. I'm Abby Urban, and this is what you need to know on your Tuesday morning. Let's start with our normal ritual, taking a look at the COVID dashboard. Yesterday, 8 new cases were reported, adding to the semester total of 1,011 cases. This means that we have a 7-day moving average of 16.4 cases per day. 856 of those cases are attributed to undergraduate students, meaning that now officially more than 10% of the undergrads have tested positive for COVID this semester. As always, let's make sure to wash our hands, wear our masks, and continue to be socially distant when possible. Now, I know we talk quite a bit about the state of COVID-19 here at Notre Dame, but how is the pandemic affecting life in other parts of the country? Chloe Stafford investigated national policy changes and the future of our lives as we slowly work through this health crisis. Chloe?
As we all know, the world just recently reached the 1-year anniversary of the COVID-19 pandemic. After a whole year of life in the pandemic, there has been many new updates and changes in laws and regulations all across the world. But for now, here are this week's coronavirus quick updates and facts. According to the New York Times, NYC recently marked the 1-year anniversary of the city's first COVID death. Since then, there has been over 29 million cases of COVID in the U.S., but recently there has been a decline. In terms of vaccines, 11% of the U.S. population have been fully vaccinated, while 21% of the population has received at least 1 dose. In addition, Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine was authorized on February 27th. And in the first month of the vaccine, there will be 3.9 million doses given out. President Joe Biden also announced that he hopes to direct all states to make all adults eligible for vaccination by May 1st. Since more and more of the population is getting vaccinated, the CDC released some new rules for fully vaccinated people. First off, fully vaccinated people can be together indoors without masks. Also, if there is a person who's fully vaccinated and has no symptoms, they do not need to get tested for COVID when they come in contact with somebody else who has tested positive. Texas took this a step further and lifted the mask mandate completely in the state. Texas also is allowing businesses to operate at full capacity. Although the COVID-19 pandemic is very much still relevant and around us in our daily lives, vaccines are allowing our society to get closer and closer to normal. However, for now, make sure you continue to wash your hands and wear your masks. This has been your COVID update and quick facts for the week.
Thank you, Chloe. I think it's really important that we're all staying informed and kind of out of our little Notre Dame bubble. And that is not all you'll be seeing of Chloe today. Later in this episode, she will be sharing some of her favorite study spots on campus. Chloe, we can't wait for your recommendations. And as we enter another week here at Notre Dame, we have another set of events to share with you. Let's take a look at some of the activities that are being offered. I know it's tomorrow, but happy early St. Patrick's Day. This campus is the perfect place to be experiencing all things Irish, so we are lucky to be here. Bad joke, Abby. The Luck of the Irish Festival will take place tomorrow, March 17th from 7 to 11 p.m. all across campus. Activities include an Irish dance club performance, a shamrock pot of gold hunt, inflatable axe throwing, I know, and many more. Visit sao.nd.edu/events to see the full list of activities and pre-register when necessary. It's pretty tough to follow inflatable axe throwing, but I promise we've got some more great events for you. On Thursday, March 18th from 9 to 11 p.m., the South Quad tent will be holding Irish Garden's Pot of Gold, an event where students can choose their own succulent and decorate the pot with St. Patrick's Day decorations. If you attend this event, make sure to take a picture in front of the backdrop for a chance to win a St. Patrick's Day themed flower arrangement. And continuing on with our festivities, there will be a special Irish-themed acoustic cafe on Thursday night, complete with shamrock pretzels. The performances and pretzels can be found across campus from 9 to 11 p.m. Acoustic Cafe takes place every Thursday, so make sure to stop by and check out all of the very talented performers here at Notre Dame. If you would like to find out about any other events happening this week, please visit here.nd.edu/student/events. Now, moving right along to the weather, we have Anthony here to tell us all about the forecast for the upcoming days. I am hopeful for anything but snow. Anthony?
Thank you, Abby, and good morning, Notre Dame. Here is your ND Sunrise weather report for this Tuesday. Looking ahead to the next month, it's going to be beautiful. We have sunshine, some clouds, but there's no snow coming back in to ruin our days. Spring is officially here. We're looking at 45 to 55 degree weather these next 2 weeks. Headed into mid-April, then we have solid 50s. And looking towards the end of the month, we have sunshine. It's all good on the horizon, folks. Looking at our 7-day forecast, ooh, that's looking pretty good. A lot of sun on the horizon. Wait, what's that? I'm getting some news in the back. It looks like the forecast just changed, just like that. It was sunny, and now we have terrible weather on the way. It will be storming, rain all week. Wait, what's the forecast changed again? All right, and just like that, the forecast changed again. 1 minute it's sunshine, 1 minute it storms, and the next, it looks like we have a nice mix of sun and rain. Early this week, maybe we'll get some rain. Keep that rain jacket in your backpack, maybe an umbrella, but moving closer to the end of the week and the weekend, we have sun on the horizon. And that's the weather for this morning. Looks like we got a little bit of rain earlier in the week, but then we have some sun. And going into the end of March, mid-April, we're going to have some sunshine on the horizon. No more of that snow, no more wind blowing you into snowbanks. Maybe you can put those boots away. You won't need them, folks. This has been your ND Sunrise Weather Report.
Thanks, Anthony. You were really keeping us on our toes with those changes there. Luckily, I have my umbrella with me, and I hope you do too. One thing I've learned is that we've got to be prepared here in the very uncertain terrain of northern Indiana. Now, I know we're all pretty busy at this point in the semester, and it can be easy to get stuck in the same routines. So let's switch it up. Today, Chloe will be helping us by sharing her top picks for underrated study spots on campus. Chloe?
Hi everyone, my name is Chloe Stafford, and as a student, I consider myself an expert at studying. So, here are my top 5 underrated study spots on the Notre Dame campus. Let's go. Well, we all know the typical places: Duncan Student Center, Hesburgh Library, your dorm room, but what about those places that really get the brain juices flowing? Well, the first underrated place to study is Mendoza. Even though I am not a business student, this is the best place to study with friends. Not super quiet, but perfect for group projects, especially with the different types of study spaces. However, the negative is the doors are locked during most nights. The next place is Coleman Morse Center, or like the cool kids call it, Como. Top things about Como is location, near South Quad dorms, South Dining Hall, and even close to the Basilica if you need a quick pray. It has a great fountain thing in the middle, which really adds to the aesthetic. Also has many different rooms with different volume levels. Great for a group or single study sesh. Now onto the bookstore, which is def more known, but I had to add it onto this list because it's just so perfect. For starters, we got Einstein's right inside, so you can get your nutrients and your caffeine. Also, you're surrounded by books, giving you a large amount of resources to help you with your studies. A negative about this one is the location. It is very far from all of North Quad, but as a resident of Ryan Hall, I absolutely adore the location. Next up, Jordan Hall of Science. This place is perfect for the science person, but also everyone. I recommend it for a nice individual homework session. It's the perfect level of volume, not dead silent, but not loud either. I also love all the cool stuff all over the walls. A lot of times I don't even know what the stuff is, but I love looking at it during a study break. Last, but certainly not least, Mother Nature. That's right, the great outdoors. The lakes, South and North Quad, right outside your dorm. There are so many great places to study outside. Some benefits of studying outdoors are the tranquility, the large amount of space, and the beautiful scenery. However, it is really only a great place to study when it isn't under 40 degrees, making it hard to study outside the majority of the time. Overall, Notre Dame has so many great places to study. The ones I just recommended are just a few, but that's all you're going to get for now. Thanks for listening to Chloe Stafford's Top 5 Most Underrated Study Places on this campus. Go Irish!
Thank you, Chloe. Hopefully you found some new recommendations to reinvigorate your study routine. And I completely agree with Jordan Hall of Science. Come time for exams, and you can definitely find me on the second floor by the piano. It might seem like time is passing by quickly, but it is indeed March, and with that comes March Madness. Kieran is here to give us a preview of the tournament and let us know his predictions for the upcoming games. Kieran?
Hello Notre Dame. We have arrived at the best 3-week stretch of the entire year now that March Madness has officially arrived. It is right around the corner. We have taken a year off from it. The last year's tournament was canceled due to the tragic COVID pandemic, but now luckily we're able to get back in the gym and get this tournament underway. And I think I can speak for everyone when I say I'm absolutely ecstatic for this tournament to kick off. So I'm going to give you my bracket predictions for the entire tournament, and let's just get into it right away here. So first round, let's talk about the West region. We have the #1 overall seed, Gonzaga. They should easily advance past the 16 seed. Now, Oklahoma, Missouri should be a good matchup. Really could go either way. I'm going to go with Missouri. And here at the 5 versus 12, I have my first upset. Now, Creighton is one of those teams that lives and dies by the 3, and we saw that in the Big East Championship game when they got absolutely destroyed by Georgetown. And UCSB, they're a very dangerous 12 seed, winners of 14 of their last 15 coming in hot. I like the Gauchos to take that matchup. Now, Virginia and Ohio is another intriguing matchup. I really like Ohio. I think they got a little unlucky in their draw. Ohio is a great point guard in Jason Preston, one of the players to watch in the tournament. However, I think Virginia's pack line defense will take care of it. Now, USC, I think they're one of the more underrated teams in this region. A little low-seeded at a 6. I think that the Mobley brothers will take care of business first round, and they will then see Kansas. I see Oregon coming out of the Pac-12 is a little stronger than the A-10 where VCU comes from, and Iowa should take care of business against Grand Canyon. So next round, let's get to the round of 32. I think Gonzaga is going to cruise past Missouri. Shouldn't be a problem there. They haven't really been tested so far this season. Same thing for Virginia. I think Virginia should have no problem handling UCSB. They should know that, after UCSB beats Creighton, they should not be taking them lightly anymore, and Virginia should take care of business. I see Kansas matching up well with Evan Mobley, even though Mobley should be a top 3 pick in this year's draft. I think that Kansas has the athletes to shut him down. And I would say that Iowa should take care of business against Oregon. Luka Garza, probably the best player in the nation, putting up ridiculous numbers in his last season for the Hawkeyes, and they should advance to the Sweet 16. Now here, these should be some great matchups, assuming that the best teams advance here. Gonzaga and Virginia will be a rematch from earlier in the non-conference part of the season. Gonzaga took care of business against them, beat them by over 20 points earlier in the season. And I think that the same thing will happen here. I don't think Virginia has the offensive firepower to keep up with the Bulldogs. And now Kansas and Iowa should be a great matchup. I think that Kansas does have the interior post presence to guard Luka Garza, and that's the key to beating Iowa. You have to just make Garza take mid-range shots, threes, and kind of push him out of the paint. I think Kansas will be able to do that. So now with the Elite Eight matchup, I think the team from the West going to the Final Four will be the Gonzaga Bulldogs. I think that Gonzaga is by far the best team in the nation at this point in the season. They rolled through the West Coast Conference, and I think that they will take care of business again. It's another rematch. They did play Kansas earlier in the year. They won handily, so I think that will happen once again. So now let's move on to the East region. So here the #1 seed is the Michigan Wolverines. I have them easily taking care of business against the 16. LSU, a very, very good 8 seed. They played well in the SEC tournament. A very high-powered offense, headlined by Cam Thomas, who can score at any level. So I think that LSU will win this game. Colorado and Georgetown. So Georgetown's a very interesting team in this tournament. They had a losing record heading into the Big East tournament. However, they won all of their games. They crushed Creighton in the championship. So they do deserve to be here, but it'll be interesting to see. I think Colorado, behind McKinley Wright, one of the most underrated point guards in the nation, will win this game. Florida State, they usually find themselves around this seed, around a 4 seed, and they usually have the most athletic roster that you can find. And once again, that proves true this year. Extremely deep team, tough for any mid-major to beat. Now, I do like Michigan State here. I think Michigan State is a very, very good 11 seed this year. If they make their shots, they can beat anyone. Although BYU is a tough 6 seed, Matt Harms is a very, very good center. It's not every day you get a center to transfer who's 6'3", shoots above 80% from the free throw line, blocks 2 shots a game, and can score in the post. So Matt Harms is a player to watch in that game. I like Texas to roll past Abilene Christian. And then UConn and Maryland should be a good one. I'm going to go with Maryland because of the Big Ten offered more of a test for them throughout the regular season. UConn does have a very, very high-powered offense ran by James Bouknight, one of the most explosive guards in the country. So we'll see if he can pull his own Kemba Walker, Shabazz Napier. But I'm going to have to go with Maryland here. Alabama should easily beat Iona, although it'll be interesting to see Rick Pitino's return to the NCAA tournament. So moving on to the next round, I have Michigan to roll past LSU. Michigan, although they have been stumbling a little bit at the end of the season here, I think that they are too talented to lose to a team like LSU, who really could struggle on defense. I like Florida State to beat Colorado here. I think that this game should not be very close. I think Florida State is a lot better than Colorado coming out of the Pac-12, but Florida State should take care of business there. I'm going to go with Texas to beat Michigan State or UCLA because Texas just has great three guards that really control the whole offense for them. And so Texas should advance there. And I'm going to go with Alabama. Now, Alabama is one of the best, if not the best defensive team in the country. Maryland struggles to score, so that could be an absolutely nightmarish matchup for Maryland. So now, moving on to the Sweet 16 matchups. So here's where I think the first 1 seed will fall. I think Florida State has the firepower to take down Michigan. Michigan's going to suffer a lot from the loss of their number 2 scorer and senior forward, Isaiah Livers. He has a lot of experience in the tournament, and he was a very key piece of their rotation. I think Florida State will take advantage of that with their depth. They have Scotty Barnes and Anthony Polite coming off the bench, 2 great scoring options. So I think Florida State is able to take that one. I'm going to take here Texas over Alabama. Texas is coming in hot. So is Alabama, both winners of their conference tournaments. However, the Big 12 was another animal this year compared to the SEC. So I'm going to go with Texas behind their guards. I think Greg Brown has a great performance, although that should be an absolutely amazing game. And coming out of the East region into the Final Four, I have the Texas Longhorns. I think that this Texas team is something special. Shaka Smart always shows out in March Madness. And so I think that the leadership from Texas will be able to overcome, the energy and the youth from Florida State. But this whole bracket should be a lot of great games, a great region. So I really look forward to watching these. So thank you for going through the first half of my bracket reveal. So stay tuned. The second half and the Final Four I will reveal to you on Thursday.
Thank you, Kieran. I really appreciate all of your predictions. You're definitely helping me to learn a little bit more about basketball, which I need. And that is not all that you'll be seeing of Kieran this week, because in our next episode, he will be continuing his coverage of March Madness. Stay tuned for our Thursday episode to learn more. And that brings us to the end of today's ND Sunrise episode. As always, we'd love to expand our team, so if you're interested in joining, make sure to scan the QR code right here. I promise we'd love to have you. And if you want to stay updated on all of our projects here at NDTV, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Notre Dame Television, on Twitter at Notre Dame TV, and on YouTube under NDTV Notre Dame Television. On YouTube, we post all of our episodes, so if you miss one or just want to remember an old favorite, you can access them all there. As for our airing times, we are here on Channel 57 every Tuesday and Thursday morning. That's it for this episode of ND Sunrise. I'm Abby Urban, and from all of us here in the studio, we wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, and go Irish!